What up, brethren? Humans with attitude. Due to unforeseen circumstances, I'm on my own today, so we're going to go a little bit more season one than usual. But first thing I want to say is happy Indigenous Peoples Day. I think it's kind of insane that we proposed this back in 1977 and currently have four states who, think that we should give credit to the people who were here rather than the people who committed genocide on the people that were here. But, you know, progress. Give it about a fucking century. Um, like I said, our live chat's always available, and I could really use you guys to help me out in here. I really just don't. I like the dialogue. I appreciate you guys in the live chat. And unable to connect the chat. Well, if it gets back up, I'll be able to talk to you guys about that. But next on the list, we've got Atatiana Jefferson, killed by police in Fort Worth. And I know I just brought up an instance like this last week, but now we get a chance to find out if justice is actually being served. Sorry about that. Last week I was discussing Amber Geiger, who shot and killed a neighbor in his apartment because she thought it was her apartment. Talked about how we liked her getting sentenced because it was actually police being held accountable for the crime. But at the same time, I'm not really seeing much progress in the way of the white privilege that seems obvious. There's a lot of people who don't see it. I can't be one of those because I do see it. I wasn't in this echo chamber all my life. I used to live in the city and I saw this stuff happen firsthand. Now, when it gets into Miss Jefferson, they were doing a wellness check on her. There was no emergency. There was no reason for there to be concern other than the fact that there was an open door. That's the entire reason the police got called, was for an open door. And this woman gets shot in her house playing video games with her nephew. And there were about 4 seconds between put up your hands and gunfire. That's no amount of time to be able to respond to something, especially when you're supposed to be comfortable in your house. I just want to see if justice is done this time, now that the tables are turned. Now that it's a white male cop and a black female murder victim, I want to see it. I want to know if they're going to do justice when it actually comes down to it. And finally today, we have Turkey, the Turkish attacks in Syria. After Donnie pulled our troops, he decided to attack Syria. Seriously? Well, no, I'm sorry. He didn't attack Syria. I misspoke. Turkey was waiting for this. Turkey has been waiting for this. Donnie pulls our troops out of Syria, lets the Kurds fight for themselves, and in less than a week, ISIS is back. In less than a week, we have daily bombings. In less than a week, we have Russia attacking no less than 4 hospitals. Why? Why would we go out of our way to cause so much strife with Turkey and then leave our allies behind? Donnie killed those people. Donnie was responsible for the murder of those people. This isn't a question of pulling our troops out, keeping our troops in. We were keeping people safe. It was the one time people actually asked for our help rather than just us policing the world. They've been our allies for 30 years, and we knew they would be doomed. Everybody knew they would be doomed as soon as America wasn't there to protect them anymore. And now we've got another war in the Middle East. I'm at a loss with where we're going with this. What are we trying to accomplish here? What are we trying to do? Is there an end game here? And does that end game have any benefit to us as a country or us as a planet? It feels random. It feels shitty. It feels like we're being led by a plan without a plan. How much more are we going to take?